Attitude and effort. That's what I've been talking to the guys about. To me, that's the only two things you can control right now. You know, how you come out every day and perform is your attitude. And if it's not 100% effort, it's not going to do us any good. So for me, that's what I'm looking for. I might even say for the next 3 weeks before we start this thing off. But to answer your question, for me, it's attitude and effort.
And how would you say that they appear to be responding to that and their maybe readiness to be able to execute it?
Based on some of the things we've been doing in and out of the bubble and on the field back here, it's been a very interesting process. Let's be honest. You know, we play pretty good defense here. Let's be honest. Over the years, you know, when Marv came, he put it in a little bit. AP played well last year. We played good defense, and now we have a lot of new guys. Let's look at it. You know, you look at our defense last year. How many guys did we lose? Back end, 4 guys back there. Your starting middle linebacker. Your nose tackle. Then you had guys who didn't even participate, especially in the bowl game. You know, so this team that I'm looking at right now defensively really is the team that was in Las Vegas. Didn't play a great first half. Let's be honest. And we settled down, played a pretty good second half. But really, that's the team that we have right now. You know, we went into the bowl game without all those weapons in the back end, the 4 seniors back there, the middle linebacker, and then again the D lineman. So for me, that's where we're at. As I talk to the defense, it's a little different. You know, I'm a little different guy. I believe in getting it right, and that's hard to some people. You know, when you put them at task, hey, you got to know what to do. The best part about that, knowing what to do, is we haven't changed much of the defense. I haven't put a lot of new things in. You know, I didn't want it. The one thing I wanted to do was keep continuity with the players when I took this job. I really did. I didn't want to go ahead and start bringing in all what I think are good things, or all of a sudden drawing up plays. You know, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stick with the program because it's been successful. With that being said, with the new guys coming in, it's going to be a process where they're going to have to pick it up. I'm not interested, and I'm just being honest with you, I'm not interested in guys who don't want to work, who wants, you know, be told what to do when you break the huddle. I'm not interested in that. When you break the huddle, you should know what to do. Defense is a game of making sure, you know, we react, but we still know what to do. So a little bit of that.
Donnie, Craig Fouie, ABC 15.
Craig, you still around?
I still am, brother. So are you.
Yeah, so am I.
Shoe fits,
He's
right?
still around. Go ahead on. I'm with you.
Hey, you talked about a lot of new guys on your defense. First of all, why'd you want this job with all those new guys?
Stop.
But now Herm said you've got a little extra energy about you when it comes to getting things right.
Yeah.
How do guys respond to that?
Well, you know, you got different guys respond different ways, obviously. For the most part, when you keep it 100, as the kids call it, they're okay. You know, just give it to me straight. You know, try not to cuss me. I believe in giving directions and not corrections. What I mean by that is, you know, when you make a mistake as an athlete, you didn't try to make that mistake. So what I don't want to do is start asking you why it happened, because you don't know. So my point is, instead of getting into all those conversations, I'm this guy. Next time, do this. Just do this next time, and you'll be fine. And we end all that talking back and forth, and you know, those type of things for me. But I got a lot of energy now. You know, you're still around. I'm still around too now. And guess what? I'm getting another knee done, so I'm ready to go.
And, Coach, obviously you talk about keeping the defense same, the systems work, but with the new guys coming in, obviously you can't force chemistry, but are there some things you've kind of done in the offseason to help a lot of these new guys adjust to each other and just help them grow?
I'll tell you what we've done. We created a leadership between offense and defense. We bring in guys there once a week and we talk about what we'd like to get done. So let's see, the linebackers got a couple of guys, the D-line's got a couple of guys, and the secondary got a couple of guys. So if I got to get information out there, I go to those guys. And the chemistry what I was trying to do is bring it to them that this is your team, not mine. So I stay in the back a little bit and watch. but I give the information to certain individuals and make sure they get it distributed. I think that's the best way to create chemistry too. It's between the players. You know, it's their team, it's their locker room. Make them believe it's theirs. And I've been around some pretty good defense, and I tell you what, when they believe it's theirs, boy, they play harder. They really do, because they can anticipate what you're calling. They can anticipate who they are and what they can do, their weaknesses and their strengths, and you make them accountable to each other. Once they be accountable to each other, it's pretty good.
Coach Kevin Redfern, House of Sparky. Herm also said that he thinks you have the tendency to go off script when you guys go down and attack the line of scrimmage.
Is that what he said?
Yep. And would you agree with that? And what does he really mean by that?
If I'm getting beat up by the offense, you know, we got a script here, and it's all, this play's supposed to be called next. No, I might get off the script, which I have done. You know, you're looking at a coach says, well, you're supposed to go pirate double blitz. No, let's go to over, and everybody be like, what is he doing? Well, you didn't beat me up all practice. I mean, I got to get my guys some confidence. But that's what he means. And he's referring back to when we were in the Jets, because I would get off the script quite frequently.
Is there a big story there at all? Is there one particular one that stands
That's it.
out?
I ain't telling no more. That's it.
Greg, go ahead.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. Coach, good to meet you.
Good to meet you, bro.
Aggressive defenses have been some of the greatest defenses in football history, but it's a really risky way to play. How
Correct.
do you balance that?
You got to know what to do. If you're going to be aggressive, you better understand your defense, and you better understand your players, and you better understand what they can do. Yeah, I've been around some aggressive defenses, but it's like you say, you know, if you mess up at the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a touchdown. So, but you can't handcuff yourself. You got to be aggressive. I mean, that's what this game's all about. You got to be able to match up. You got to be able to understand what your opponent's doing, and you got to have you got to have a little bit that behind you where you can bring them every now and then. You know, we didn't blitz a lot around here last year. You might see a little bit more from me. Don't write that down, please. I'd like to be a little bit more aggressive within the texture of our defense, and we can do it. We just haven't done it a lot. And with some of the guys we got right now, especially the guys up front, I feel confident that those guys up front will be they'll be the catalyst to our defense. To be honest, you know, I think we counted like 16 guys, and really, when you look at it, probably 8, 9 of them returners. You know, so it might even be more than that. I'm counting walk-ons and some of the transfer students when I say 16. So. I got an accurate count, but I don't know exactly who's what. But. And then you go to the other part. You got 21 DBs. That's where it starts now. Can those guys cover? Can those guys take on that guy man to man? Can they win their battle when the ball is snapped? Because if they can win their battle, and those two corners outside can cover it, I mean, come on now, we can get after you a little bit. You know, let's talk about it. When you look at pro football, what are you looking at? You're looking at the D line. You're looking at what? DBs. That's what you're looking at. Linebackers are just there. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I did, though. You know, you think about it. What you looking at? You're looking at the DBs and you're looking at the D line. If those two are in sync, you can do just about as much as you want. Keep it in front. Don't get it over your head. And the other thing we got to do is, I'm sure you guys have heard about this, we got to eliminate penalties. That was an issue last year. You know? And the bad part about that, half of them was before the ball was even snapped. How about that? So we get some of those things cleaned up. I might be able to sleep at night anyway. I can sleep at night anyway. Don't worry about it. I can sleep at night.
Coach, Luke Litton here with 12 Sports. Nice to meet you. Exciting time for you. I'm curious, is it too soon to say you know what the defense's identity is?
Absolutely. I have no idea yet. I really don't. I know what I think.
What do you think?
I think it goes back to being able to line up, being confident enough that you know what to do, and you play hard. I see that in our guys. I really do. There's sometimes, you know, some guys might say, what's the call, or, you know, what am I supposed to do? I get that. But overall, yeah. How good will we be? Real good. Look at that. Damn. They are writing that one, boy. I just got, look at that right there. As soon as I said that, the pens went to writing. Wow. I'm going to be in trouble for that one, huh? That's all right. I've been in trouble before. What the heck? That's the fun part of the job. You can say stuff before it happens. What you got, young lady?
Hi. I love your energy, by the way.
Thank you.
Julia Lopez with AZ Family. How unique is it for these Soley brothers to be, playing next to each other, and what can they bring to this defense?
Well, it's got to be fun for them because at least they can go home and look at each other and say we starters or we're playing next to each other. What they bring to the defense is they know and understands football. They've been playing football a lot, and you can tell it's almost like the twins. We got twins too, right, in the back end. And you can tell when they're negotiating with each other and not even saying a word. They're looking at each other, and I'm like, what are you guys saying? And they, oh, yeah, okay, and they move on. But I think it's great for them to be in this defense and have the ability to work together. And they've been doing it all their life. And I think it's important to them. You know that. You can look at them. It's important to them that they're on the field at the same time. Sometimes they make you. Sometimes they can break your heart too. What are you guys thinking? But they're good. I enjoy working with them, really. I don't know if I answered the question, did I? Okay. I tried to deflect it a little bit.
Kent Summers with the Arizona Republic.
Utah State?
Yep.
Come on. What year? When I was there?
82.
I was gone then. I was coaching then. I came back to coach.
Yeah. I remember.
All right. So you're going to tell the stories I was a decent player? No, go ahead.
When you came back to this level,
Okay.
were you curious how kids were going to react to your style, keeping it 100, and how has that been?
Well, when I came back 2 years ago, I really didn't. I was in I had a different job title. So what I did is I was more of a mentor. I didn't try to coach. I listened to some of the conversations that were going on. I would direct everything I wanted to get done, or I thought somebody was saying something that was important. I said that to Chris. And then when that big old transition happened back in August, now they're getting me August. We're talking August. We're talking training camp. They got me now. When I sat in the room the whole time, never said a word. So they're trying to figure me out. And now that I can say I keep it 100 with them, there's times they react a little differently. They say, where are you coming from? Because they have a different world than us. And let's be honest. Those boys on that field, they're 17, 18, 19, what else? Whatever it is. They have a different opinion of themselves. Totally. What I found out with dealing with them is just tell them direct, man. Don't pull the punches. Make sure you don't cuss them. And make sure when it's all over, they understand the reason. Because they want to know why. And I don't know if that's all good, but I think it's all good if you can answer it. Sometimes I can't answer it. Let me think about that one. I'll give them one of those real quick. If I don't have that answer right now, and I'll say, let me think about it. Give me time to really think about it and reflect on what they're trying to get accomplished. Because I think that's the biggest thing with kids is they're trying to figure out who they are, what you want them to do, and how I fit in. And if you can keep it 100, as I keep saying with that, they understand. They understand. I'll tell you what, though, now. To come back from 92, when I was here the first time, to the players we have now, it's a whole different group. When I was here in 92, when I first came here, those kids wanted to do nothing but win. They didn't care about. They didn't have this going at that time. The media, all these little instruments you're using for the phones mainly. That's the biggest issue, the phone. They didn't have them back then like that, right? Am I wrong? In 92, we didn't have the phones, right? They didn't have to worry about that. Their tone every time they came to work was to win. This thing right here, watch out. You got to tell them to put it down. They get a lot of information from this, and they always think it's correct. Just because they can get it. They can get it fast, and it's shit, I read it. Doesn't mean it's always correct. It's just you got to the information faster than somebody else, and you decipher what it is. If we can, I I'm going to say it again. If we can limit this to the players at times, they become more active in what we're asking them to do. Really, that's the biggest thing. That phone now. Woo. That phone. Oh, how many phones you got? Who got 2? See, cutting back. Yeah, you got to cut back. They know where you're at. Landlines. Yeah, I got one of those still. You don't have one? Go, Craig.
Hey, Coach, back here, Herm said we'll have a pretty good idea of who this team is, what this team is in week 3.
I believe that.
You agree with that?
I believe that.
Coming out of the Oklahoma State game, where you're at?
I believe that. You'll have some idea. You'll know. I think what you will find out is who can do what, and by what you're asking them to do, and that comes back to me now. If I have simple installs in that they can understand exactly what we're doing, they'll play faster. By week 3, like you say, we should know who we are, or have an idea of what I can call and what we've been successful with. Do I have to be, how do I say this? Do I have to be generic? Let's put it that way. Can I bring some more blitzes in? By week 3, I'm hoping to, he's probably right, by week 3, you should know. In the NFL, we used to say by week 4 or 5, depending on what division you're in, you get the filing. And let's be honest, some of it will predicate on the teams that are in our division, how they doing. Even though it's on us, you still got to figure out what your opponents are doing to see how creative you have to get.
I got one more quick one. Just
Yeah, go.
How you've managed the NIL and the transfer portal and all this
Hey,
stuff.
stop. Ain't on me. Hey, you see, you about to create free agency again. That's all I see it as. That's what I see it as now. It's free agency at our level now. How much money you got? I don't know. Who do I need to send you to? He's over there. That's all I can tell you. I hope you're not playing for the money, because if you are, depending on who you are, you're going to be. The quarterbacks are making all the money anyway. That didn't change, right? Well, I shouldn't say that. SC, everybody making money over there. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't have said that. That's all right, hell. I wish we had some of that money. I don't know. Let me stop. I'm having fun with it.
What about the super conferences? What about guys moving to different conferences, SEC and Big Ten and all that stuff?
You mean where we're headed?
Just your thoughts.
Craig, I really try to stay out of it because I don't know where we're going. And I don't think the people know where they're going. I think what they're doing right now is, I said to myself, in 10 years, and that's a long time, there'll be 3 conferences. Where else are you going to get them from? SEC, ACC, and maybe the Big Ten, right? That'll be about it. Because everybody else, if you don't have any money, what's going to happen? We got the what we call it, the Pac-12. Guys want to leave, right? Well, guess what? Some guys want to come. Next thing you know, that could be Pac-20. Who knows? In 10 years, I don't believe it's going to be that. I really, truly believe it'll be 3 conferences. Look at it now. That's the people that's getting rich anyway. Those conferences, we're not getting rich as a conference, are we? I don't believe so. We're not getting a lot of money compared to some of these guys. Some of these guys getting a lot of money. Heck. Which I don't have a problem with. I think it's fun. Hey, make as much money as you can while you're here. If they want to pay you, take it. You deserve it, right? People say, I don't want that raise. You turn down a raise? Why not? You want it, right? Take the raise, hell. Take it. Been a good group. I'm sure you guys will come out and see us practice. Let me know what you think. Believe me now, I change the channels frequently. So, if you're at 3 and 5, I know what that station like. I know the boys at 10. I know been around for ages. I believe me now. Just like y'all look at me, I'm gonna be looking at y'all. What the hell did he just say?